Greetings once again. It is Dillybar here, and today I am doing some mining here in the Maw. Right now, lithium ore, it sells anywhere from 100 to 400 gold on our server. I use it though to craft legendary plate gear using the enchanted Elethium bars. When you first come into the Maw, it is a nasty, desolate area. Kind of reminds me of when Boromir is describing Moldor within the Lord of the Rings movie, where one does not simply walk into the Maw. It is a barren wasteland riddled with fire, ash, and dust. It is folly to come here. So most people that are down here, and you'll see them talk in general chat from time to time, will go on and on about how miserable and crappy it is, and I can't wait to get out of here. I will spend sometimes 8 to 10 hours a day just mining this ore because it is very, very lucrative right now, and it's worth it. So my gear, I'm using a modified speed set. So as you know, last expansion I had a speed set going in. I had a guide on Wowhead. Right now I am sitting at 185% speed. Basically, the neck and azurite pieces will give a little speed outside of Shadowlands, but in here it does not work. So I have a mix of tertiary speed items. I'm using both speed gems, the 5 and the 3% for 8% speed, the rune blade for 10%, and then the hunter specific items. So my pet will give 8% and then another 4% using the aspect of the beast talent. It's an extra 4% on that. I have Trailblazer as a talent for 30%, and then I also have the gloves from the gloves enchant that has Shadowlands Gathering. Normally, when you are mining, it's about a 2-second process to mine a node. I think this speeds it up to about 1.5 seconds, and every little bit counts. Because you can't mount up in the Maw unless you've been lucky enough to get a mount drop here from a rare that lets you mount up, any speed is going to help you quite a bit. So at 185.2% speed, it's slightly under mounted speed, but it's a lot better than running around at just 100%. So, make sure you guys are using the add-ons that show you roughly as you start going around where your mining nodes are located at. You're going to get a good idea. I'm going to drop a trap here. Then I'm going to take aggro with my pet so I can mine this. Tap on passive to bring the pet back. You can see I've got another mining node down here. This is far and away better with this amount of speed than trying to run around in here at 100% base speed. Not only do you get more ore in a lesser period of time than most people, but you're staying ahead of all the other people too. I did use camouflage for the longest time, and there's a variety of reasons why that's not the best idea. Use trap here. Missed. Is not good. Drop explosive. Alright, I don't have anything up here. So the reason I went away from using camouflage is because when you're using camouflage, you cannot use the Trailblazer talent. They're on the same level for hunters, which is really aggravating because obviously I would love to use both at the same time, but I don't have that luxury. Alright, so I feigned death here to take aggro off me, but I know if I get back up, they're going to come at me. So I'll wait till the pet takes aggro, pop up, mine, take off, heal pet, hit the passive button just to make sure the pet stays on me, and then I'm going to go bursting through here at a pretty high rate of speed because I know there's no ore around this particular area. I've never seen any ore around here. These Soul Seeker eyes just run right through them, even if they aggro you. All they're going to do is they're going to go through a casting period that creates a circle around them that'll do damage. Just run through those. Don't worry about using traps. It's a waste of traps. You can use your traps on something else. So there's oftentimes world quests that are going around here. You never want to kill anything. You want to freeze, stun, feign death, turtle, use scare beast. Really nice to have that one back. Pet growl works, although you got to bring your pet back on passive. Everything that you kill is going to raise the eye of the jailer here, so you don't want to do that. Got no ore down here, so I can keep running around. You can deal with one. You can deal with even two on the eye of the jailer pretty reasonably. Drop a trap here. Drop a tar to slow down these mob rats. But when you start getting more than that, it's going to end up becoming a major, major issue for you, because you simply cannot. You can't stay ahead of the assassins all that well. I can, to an extent, stay down here until I reach all the way up to level 5, and then it starts taking health, and there's no point to even attempt it at that point. But it's a lot easier at level 1 and level 2 because you don't have to deal with the meteors, you don't have to deal with the assassins. So, but the problem is everything that happens around you. If people are here doing the world quests, it also seems to raise up your wanted level on the Eye of the Jailer, which is really aggravating, but there's no way around it. As you can see, I'm standing inside of what is currently today the Find and Destroy Rolling Stygia. So every time I come through here, if someone else is doing the quest and I happen to be standing in the area, I take a way higher level of Eye of the Jailer all of a sudden, adding up. And that part's kind of aggravating, but it's just something you got to deal with when you're down here in the maw. I don't think I talked about using a Silithid pet, which is why I've got this little hideous beast right here. You get the Dune Strider trait with that for your pet. That's a 30% speed buff. Because I get so sick and tired of losing my pet, the pet gives me a 12% speed buff, but if you're going too fast and you lose him, then you're going to lose the speed buff also. But at least with the 30% speed buff, it gives you a way better opportunity to kind of keep him up there with you. I trap this guy right here and then disengage over the top. Obviously, I'm using the talent with disengage that allows me a speed burst at the end. So, again, every little bit counts. So I don't have my ice trap. I'm going to lay tar on this guy. Slow him down for a little bit. I'm not sure it didn't slow him down too much. I'm going to intimidate. Stun him for just a second. Hit passive again. That way you get my mining node out of the way. This is a really bad area right here. I'll show you on the map. As you come through right here. Probably the worst area on the map. Because you just run through a whole bunch of crap all of a sudden. So, I can see a node there. I'm going to turtle. Use Exhilaration. Hopefully get the node before they get to me. Got it. Disengage. Back out. Oh, Eye of the Jailer, tier 1 right there. So even when you're mining, you're still gaining a little bit. But most of what I got today from Eye of the Jailer is just being in the area where people are doing the world quest. Another mining node right here. Drop an ice trap. So it's also really, really tempting when you see other people killing a rare to jump in and just tag it so you get the credit. Because, you know, you want to get your reputation up with the NPC down here that offers specific items you can buy for doing Torghast and whatnot. But the problem with killing anything here, again, is that it's going to raise Eye of the Jailer level. And if you're here just to mine, you want to keep that down as long as possible. So I really, really advise against that. I used camouflage for the longest time down here, like I said, and I think having the speed set on is just better because you can mine faster, especially with that eye going up with other people being around. Getting 200 Elethium in an hour or more is not unheard of at all. You're doing really well at that point. So yeah, any mob you can run through without using traps is great. Oftentimes the maw rat's the best thing is tar trap because it nails them all at one time. Don't have the tar trap here, so I'll disengage to get ahead of him. Aspect of the cheetah to get a little more speed as I'm going here. Now I'm going to run down one of the side areas here. I'll just run through the eye. As you can see, the eye's not doing jack to me. There's usually a mining node up here, but it looks like it's already been farmed, so. There's also hunter conduits that allow you to snare and slow enemies for a short period of time, so look into those too. Those are in your, if you chose Fae. Oh, speaking of that, this is the Night Fae ability. Oh, wow. Caught me for a second. Hadn't had that happen before. But the Night Fae ability gives you Soul Shape, and then you can do the Flicker, which is the equivalent of the Mage Blink. Oh, kind of nice. But that's just a general overview of what I'm doing here in the Maw and mining ore. Oh, there we go. Good one. This is... I'm gonna feign death here. So as you can see, I outran my pet there, unfortunately. But, so there's different types of mobs down here on different days. Some days you'll have a bunch of dogs. The nice thing about the dogs is being able to use Scare Beast on them. Other days, it's the Stygia mobs here. It seems to be dependent on whatever world quest is around that day. But anyways, again, that's Dilly. Running around, mining. Again, if you got any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. I'm working on a speed set guide for Wowhead for Shadowlands, but until I get a few more items and just a little more research, I'm not going to have that out for anybody, but keep looking for it. It'll be out hopefully midway through the expansion. I know that sounds crappy, but oftentimes you don't get all of the items even released from Blizzard till a pretty good chunk into the expansion. It just takes a while to put a guide together like that. So best of luck with your mining and whatever else you're doing and building speed sets, and we'll talk later.